Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of my Megapark. Now, as you can see, the park is really coming together nicely. If you look at this, I think we have now really filled 1/4 of the map. There's quite some big coasters, but also, of course, the big zoo and some other nice areas. In this episode, I want to extend this pirate area. I kind of wanted to extend this mountain range to right over here, to this section. In here I want to have sort of a Laguna, where I will make a submarine ride. I will try to make the water a little bit deeper so I can actually make some stuff underwater. I want to have some plants underwater, maybe some whirlpools, and definitely one of those conga eels. They look great when you put them underwater. Well, of course, the ride doesn't show here, but it's a Train of the Corkscrew roller coaster. Anyway, I will just first start with the landscaping, see if I can whip up something nice. Alright, most of the landscaping is now sort of done. What I will do now is basically make the plants that will be underwater. First I'll make the plants because when you have placed the water, it's more difficult to see what you're doing underwater. Sadly, the water will drown out most of the color of the stuff underwater, so I'll just try to use some bright colors. I might actually use some vertical drop coaster pieces to try and make some coral or plants. The tricky thing about building underwater is that when you have placed something and you put it underwater, it will actually glitch the surface of the water sometimes. Not sure if we will actually see it now. Doesn't happen now. But what you will see sometimes when you place stuff underwater is that actually the surface tile of the water will become invisible sometimes. So yeah, that's quite annoying. To prevent that, you'll have to select the object and then place it under surface, and then the glitching stops. So yeah, what I will be doing is I'll first place all the objects here that I want underwater, and I will place them all, put them all under surface with the tile inspector as soon as I place them, and hopefully that will prevent any glitching from happening. And then after that I will build the submarine ride. Something I also want to add, like I said, is the Conga Eel ride. I've hidden the station right behind this bridge. It should not be visible from any angle. So this is where the trains will shortly stop in the station. I will add a chain lift on the entire ride, just to give these Conga eels the right speed. And I think that will look quite cool when you see them swimming around underwater. Also, the track for the ride will be invisible, so there I don't have to worry about the water surface glitching. Alright, I think that looks sweet. I just love these cars. So yeah, most of these trains from the expansions, I think they don't really work well as actual coaster cars, but I love using them as decoration. I also love using the shark cars. They're also quite fun to use. Here's an idea that didn't completely work out. I want to place this Colosseum and just have some height shifts just to make an underwater monument, but actually some of the parts will actually be visible from above water, so that won't really work out. But I'll probably be able to use this somewhere else. Okay, I think that's about enough decorations. If I want to add more, I can always add more decorations later. So I think now it's time to fill in some water, and then afterwards I'll make the submarine ride. Okay, sadly a lot of the color is of course gone now that the water is here. I do kind of like this sail of the pirate ship sticking out, some of the plants. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's a bit sad that the head of the sphinx is sticking out, but oh well, it makes it easier to notice. I really liked the way this sphinx looks here in the corner. Alright, it's time to add the submarine ride. Now you may be wondering why I'm actually using steeplechase track instead of actually building a submarine ride. It's just that the steeplechase track has more elements to use, like wide curves, S-bands, all that kind of stuff. Later on I'll make the track invisible, so it doesn't really matter what track type I use. I also put a chain lift on the track just so I have more control over the eventual speed of the ride. So that way I don't have to stick to the standard speed that the submarines have, but I can in fact speed them up a little bit if I want. Oops, it looks like I messed something up. So now we actually have 3 stations, of which one is invisible. I don't think this is something I can fix. I will try anyway. Yeah, it looks like we still have an invisible station here somewhere. So yeah, there's no choice for me but to rebuild the ride. Yeah, this can sometimes happen when you're trying to make a curved station. In the end, I just decided to go for 2 stations, but then I had actually already accidentally created a phantom station. It's just something that can happen sometimes. So yeah, I'll have to rebuild it. Alright, it's a completely different track layout now, but that doesn't really matter, I think. It still works, and it still passes by all the interesting things I put in the water. So now it's just what's left is to make a nice station for this ride. Alright, the little station is finished. I also put this place up right here in front. I kind of like the way this looks. I think it needs some little plants around it. Okay, so we have a little station here now with a sign saying Laguna. Let's see if the sign is actually visible. Yeah, it's visible from this angle. So yeah, I kind of like the way the station looks. I think the displays up in front looks cute. So yeah, I put some rigging here around some nice roofs around the station. Some wooden planks here. I think overall it looks kind of nice. I put some plants on this rocky section around the Laguna. I really like this eel swimming around in here, and you can see all the submarines going around. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way this area looks now. One thing you will also see is that now that I opened this new ride, well, you'll probably notice if your park has a lot of guests. My park has around 2,000 guests now. As soon as you open a new ride, a lot of guests will flock towards it. Sadly for them, the queue of this ride is pretty short, so only a limited amount of guests fit in the ride. But you can see it actually getting more crowded here. That will get even worse as we get more guests. But yeah, I think in a few in-game years, or maybe one in-game year, then the popularity of the ride will probably be less. But yeah, the guests will flock towards it now just because it's a new ride. Okay, if we zoom out now, I kind of like the way this looks. When zoomed out, I think it looks even better than zoomed in. I think it fits well in this area here. I might cut off a little bit of the beach here, make more water. I'll have to see what I do with this area. I think this area here looks kind of nice. Alright everyone, I don't know what I'm going to do in the next episode yet. I'll have to do some thinking, but I'll come up with something cool. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.